Hey, good evening, good evening. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. One of the best kept secrets on YouTube. The best of the business. Yes, I am. Um, yeah, And also, we putting it down for a long time. Yup. This is the Underrated MMA Talk. Number 18, we got some stuff coming on tonight. We got the all rage, we got the Emperor of Lady Bodybuilding, also MMA Extraordinaire. Also, we got the SSA Gotcha, always for the people, social. Also, MMA Extraordinaire. So what we gonna do we're gonna start this intro. And we're gonna get this started party right. We're gonna get this started right. But before, let me read this first too. All right. And also I'm gonna show my food too. Come and join real conversation with the with the number one grinder, us as the righteous ones. Individually, let's make a change within ourselves and genuine being there for each other. We all we got. Just remember that. We all we got. All right. Now we're gonna hit this intro. And then we're gonna get this started right. We'll be back.
Sometimes people don't know how much hard work you put in. But when it comes time to battle, you must think about each and every day that you put that hard work in.
Why don't you play anymore?
Brian Banks was 16 years old when he was accused of a crime he did not commit.
Welcome. Again, this is the Underrated MMA Sports Talk number 18. We got the one and only, the Emperor of Bodybuilding, also MMA Extraordinaire. Then we got the social one, also MMA Extraordinaire. We're gonna get them going. Yeah. Y'all like that, right? Y'all like how the number one grinder said that, right? Tell the truth. Don't front.
Well, we like it, but you're giving us too much qualification. XA maybe a little bit more than me, but XA, I think I'll call XA. He's more expert. I'm still a novice.
No.
No. I ain't no expert at MMA, man. I think that's more coach's forte. Not me.
Coach is
No. Yo, My channel, my ways. Accept it.
All right, we're about to your discretion, sir.
Yeah. So, want to see my food?
What you got?
Go ahead.
I'll tell you what I got. This is not just regular chicken and French fries. You know what I did with the chicken?
What you do?
I had some flour. In the flour, I put some cayenne pepper.
Ooh,
and I put a little onion powder. I mixed that up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Then I make sure I won't mix it up with the flour and all that good stuff. Then it come out real good. See how I'm smiling?
From here, it looked like you made pasta.
I ain't made pasta, bro. Oh, man, see that?
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, you see, it's just French fries and that's good.
Chicken. Yeah, nice crispy chicken. Okay. Yeah, chicken. Okay. Now for the drink. This is some vanilla rum. Let me see what the name of this thing is. Tego Cola. There you go. Oh. I feel I do something for the family and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that's it. Yeah, that's something for the family. Now, let's get going, y'all. Which y'all want to start off first? Got a whole lot.
I mean, I don't mind starting off though.
Yeah, go ahead. You take the lead.
And like I said, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I actually missed some of the fights because I'm going to be honest with you. To me, the card was kind of boring. I mean, it was so boring that I actually fell asleep on some of these fights, but I managed to catch some of them. I caught I caught one of the fights. It was the one I liked was the Mendel Count versus Ozzy Osbourne. That was a good finish by the brother, Mendel Count. He hit the brother with a flying knee, and then he started raining down the shots. Now, I thought the stoppage was a little too early. I thought Ozzy Osbourne could have recovered, but I understand in those kind of situations, you got to pretty much protect the fighter. Let's see. The next fight that I caught was what was the other one I saw was George Page. You know, I'm going to talk about next. Carolina versus Jessica Panay. Like I said, this was Carolina's return bout. Like I said, everybody was hyping her up. Even the commentary was hyping her up. They was on her side. And going into this fight, I knew once Jessica Panay hit Carolina with one of the punch standing up, you could clearly see Carolina was no longer the same. Like I say, once Carolina, I think I'm trying to remember if Jessica Panay fell to the ground where Carolina was doing leg kicks, and pretty much this is where Carolina's fight IQ was tested, because, like I say, we all know Jessica Panay is a very good ground submission. So instead of Carolina keeping the fight standing, she went into Jessica Panay's guard, and I thought that was very stupid of her. So, like I say, Jessica Panay ends up reversing it, and she got on top of Carolina, and then, like I said, Jessica Panay started to rotate a little bit more, and then, like I say, Carolina started to attack some of submissions, but like I said, Jessica Panay just got out of submission, and then she hit Carolina in this armbar, where Carolina trying to lift up Jessica Panay to try to break the hold, but I guess when she did not succeed, the hold got tighter, and as the hold got tighter, Jessica Panay, like I said, she reversed, and then she put her leg over Carolina, and when she got full attempt of the armbar, Carolina ends up submitting. And like I said, now that Carolina has lost, this is her 5th loss in the UFC. And like I said, me and George Page, coach, and everybody, we all been talking about this. I think it's time that Carolina just hangs up the gloves, because, like I said, this is her 5th loss in the UFC. She's 35 years old, and I just don't see her getting any more better after this. And like I said, man, she lost to Jessica Panay. I mean, like we said before, like I said, Carolina was just never the same after the Jessica Andrade fight. But like I said, more fights that I saw on the card that actually, like I said, I fell asleep. I saw the Alonzo Manafield versus Ed Herman fight. Like I said, fight was kind of boring. Because like I said, I'm looking on the results. I missed the Vincent Morales fight. Draco, I missed that fight. I fell asleep. Bobby Green, Rafael Fierce, I fell asleep during that fight. Then I woke up around like, then I got up around like 10 because I guess I got a notification by coach that he was going live. So the other fight I saw was Sean and Don versus Casey Kennedy. Like I said, that fight was kind of boring. Tisa Torres versus Angel Hill. I liked this fight. It was kind of fun. I liked the fight. I know a lot of people said the fight was boring, but I actually liked the fight. But Tisa Torres, she looked actually pretty good in this fight. I mean, she's fast as fuck, man. I'm sorry, though. She looks very fast as fuck. Angel Hill looked pretty good coming into the fight. She looked good, though. I mean, I'm not going to say skill-wise, but I'm going to say appearance, though. She looked pretty damn good coming into the fight, man. She really did. But Angela Hill, though, she got dominated in this fight. She lost 30-27 on all three scorecards, man. But like I said, it was a fun fight to me. I know a lot of people say it was boring, but I liked the fight. What was the next fight I saw? I saw Michael Chiesa versus Vincent Luzuke. Like I said, this fight didn't really last that long. Like I said, Michael Chiesa, he got Vicente Luque in a rear naked choke, but Vicente Luque got out of it, and then he hit Michael Chiesa with this dark choke, which he ends up submitting Michael Chiesa. That was crazy because Michael Chiesa is a submission attempt, you know, and I'm surprised that he actually tapped to it. But Vicente Luque, like I said, he called out Kamal Usman. Like I said, it's a good call out, but I still think he's not ready for Kamal Usman. I mean, like I said, Kamal Usman has to take care of fucking, what's the name, that racist Colby Covington and get his ass out of there. But I think, for me, I think that Vicente Luque, I think he should rematch Leon Edwards. It's funny that he didn't call out Leon Edwards because Leon Edwards already gave him that work. But like I said, it was a good win by Vicente Luque. Like I said, the next fight I saw was Jose Aldo versus Pedro Munoz. This was a very good fight. Jose Aldo looked pretty damn good. I mean, ever since that he trained with Robert Garcia, I mean, damn, Jose Aldo, man, he had beautiful head movement. His jab looked pretty good. I mean, his body, the body shots that he was landing on Pedro Munoz was sick. Made Aldo look pretty damn good. And there was talk that Jose Aldo said he wants to fight TJ Dillashaw next, but we all know TJ Dillashaw is going to be out for a couple of months. He's going to be out for 6 months because he's injured. So a lot of people, like me and myself, I thought maybe Jose Aldo should fight Sean O'Malley next. I think that would be a pretty good fight because Sean O'Malley was whining and complaining that he can't get a top 5 opponent. Well, like I say, Aldo looked pretty good, so why not make that fight? So, like I said, the last fight that I caught was Derek Lewis versus C.O. Dane. Like I said, not a lot of people was looking forward to this fight. I mean, I wasn't really into this fight. Like I told you guys last weekend, the fight that I wanted to see was Amanda Nunes and Juliana Pena, but we all know that she fell out of that fight because she got COVID. But in this fight, though, like I said, we talked about this yesterday on Coach's live stream, and we were saying that will Derek Lewis wilt under the pressure? Because, like I said, this whole event was focused on Derek Lewis because everybody wanted Derek Lewis to win the belt. Like I said, going into the fight, I mean, Cyril Gane, I mean, the dude's a heavyweight, but he moves like a lightweight. I mean, he was just in and out. He was just picking good shots on Derek Lewis. And we all know Derek Lewis, he was very stationary, and he was just looking for that big shot. Looking for that big shot.
Yeah, I want to save that to a little later on because I want to really break it down. I want you to go into other fights if you don't mind.
Well, I mean, if you want to break that down later on, but it's okay with me, man.
Yeah, I want to really break it down. I want to get to the other fights and everything. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, George, what do you think of some of the fights?
Well, like I said, I was like you. I was listening to the coach when he was doing his live stream. I don't do a lot of streaming. I felt like the Angela Hill and Torres fight was kind of a big disappointment. I was hoping Angela would have came out dominant this one. My guess, all these fights she's been fighting probably put a wear and tear on her. So I don't know. I don't know. She might need to be like with Carolina. I think they might do like this. They might have them fight maybe down the road. Since they're on this like big slide, both of them. And I think Carolina, as I did a video where I said Carolina should really consider her retiring because, like I said, she's 35 years old. She's been out for almost 2 years. She's been ever since she came in. When she came in, she was pretty hot. Then she had a fight with Joanna, and then she lost that. Had a fight against Claudia, she lost that. Win a couple more fights, and then she went on a slide after that. Then Jessica Andrade knocked her out, and Yan Janan broke her. So I mean, she really needs to think about her future. Derek Lewis. Everybody, the big talk was Derek Lewis. But you know what? What's the point of the interim title anyway? What's really the point of it? Because you really got a heavyweight champion. So why create another title? And it's crazy how the men's division has a bunch of interim titles, and you might need an interim title for. I've been saying they need an interim title for the flyweight division because no one's going to beat Valentina. So I mean, that would be a better idea to invest in. Hey, you know you're not going to beat the Bullet, so let's give you just a second-hand title because just to have something.
Okay, cool. You know what? I'm sorry about that, Escata. Go back to the fight when you talk about Derrick Lewis. I'm sorry. I thought Go ahead. Then I want you to go Bill on that, George. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay. So, like I was saying, the Derrick Lewis fight was like George was saying, like the tension was on Derrick Lewis because everybody wanted Derrick Lewis to win this fight because he's in his hometown of Houston, Texas. And like I said, going into the fight, Derrick Lewis the underdog, and Cito Gane was the heavily favorite at -350. So, like I said, in this fight, I mean, we all know that Derrick Lewis, he's very stationary, and he looks for that one big shot because that's all Derrick Lewis is known for is that one big shot with the right hand. And like I said, when Derrick Lewis goes up against fighters who are very technical, he intends to wilt on the pressure. And that's what he did last night with Cito Gane. Like I said, Cito Gane, he was very technical. He was landing his shots, the jab. He was in and out, throwing leg kicks. And like I said, Derrick Lewis, once I say it again, he was very stationary. He couldn't get to Cito Gane, where, like I said, you could clearly see it in Derrick Lewis' face. I believe it was after the end of round one, George. I believe round one. You could see that he started to wilt under pressure because he's like, he don't know what to do now because, like I said, Cito Gane is very technical. He's in and out. He's doing a lot of good movement as well. And like I said, Derrick Lewis can't hit his target. So, like I said, in round three, he hit Derrick Lewis. Where you can clearly see when he hit Derrick Lewis in round three. Well, Derrick Lewis just dropped and he just gave up. And he just gave up, man, just like that, man. And like I said, with now that Cito Gane is now the interim championship, he fights Francis Ngannou, which is a very good fight. If you guys remember, I believe it was a couple of years ago, Francis Ngannou and Cito Gane had a hard sparring. And I believe Cito Gane was getting the upper hand on Francis Ngannou. But like I said, that was before, that was back when Francis Ngannou was green. But now Francis is a lot better. But like I said before, man, Derrick Lewis, he wilt under pressure. Typical Derrick Lewis, he does this all the time. When the pressure is really on him, he does this. Like I said, if you guys remember, he did the exact same thing. And when he fought DC for the heavyweight belt, he just quits. And that's what he did last night. He just quit. But like I said, good win for Cito Gane. I mean, he's the truth, man. And like I said, his fight with Francis Ngannou is going to be very beautiful, man. It's going to be a very good fight. It's going to be power versus what's that word? I can't get that word. George, help me
Precision,
out.
precision,
Yes,
power
there we
versus
go.
precision.
Yeah, there we go. Power versus precision, and that's gonna be a very good fight, man. I can't wait to see that fight, man.
Yeah.
But tell me what you guys think.
Well,
Yeah.
like I said, go ahead.
No, go, G. Go ahead. I'll go after.
Well, like I said, the big hype was on Derek Lewis. And he was trying to look for that one punch. You can't be one punch man when you got a guy who's like, Shang-Chi, trying to just hit you all everything. I think Derek Lewis just been, it would have been better off just having him fight Nagano and then get his ass whooped. That'd be a lot more easier than take his loss to a guy, a Frenchman. And in Texas, I think it's not very good for one of their hometown citizens, especially in Houston, to lose to a Frenchman. And it's just he's sitting there doing press conference, talking a lot of yin yang, and and people just cheering. Now they saw their hometown boy got beaten. They just the life just fall out of them. So I don't know much about Cyril Gahn. I don't know much about the guy. He's going to be interim champion. But now, really, the truth is, we really want to see John Jones between Francis Ngannou. We want to see that fight. Cyril Gahn, I think he might be just going to be another, just run over him. They might do Cyril Gahn versus John Jones and see how that does. I think that could be a alternative because hey, why not John Jones go after the interim title, beat Cyril Gahn, he fights Francis Ngannou being the interim heavyweight champion. I think that'd be a more interesting fight.
Well, because what I heard is that like I said, there's talks of John Jones versus Stipe Miocic, and the Stipe already accepted, so we haven't heard much from John. But Dana White says that John Jones might get an immediate title shot, and to tell you guys the truth, though, I don't like that. I think John Jones should at least get a fight in heavyweight before he fights for the belt, because, like I said, just like what you said, George, what's the point of an interim belt? I mean, what's the point of the belt? I mean, if John Jones is immediately get a shot at the belt, you know what I mean? So I think, like I said, with Cyril Gahn as the interim belt, he should be the next one to fight Francis Ngannou, and then John Jones should fight Stipe Miocic, and I think that should be the route that they should go with. But like I said, I'm not a matchmaker. Dana White's just going to go with what route the money that they wanted. You know what I mean? But we just got to see. We just got to see over the next couple of weeks, man. There's a lot of things gotta come out. But like I said, Francis Ngannou and Gane should be the fight, and then John Jones versus Stipe should be a number one contender, where the winner fights Cyril Gahn and Francis Ngannou.
Yeah. Well, to tell you the truth, I don't think the interim title, you already got a title. So, why not fight? Like I said, Stipe already beat, as I say, Stipe and Francis already fought. And if it's, I think, like I said, either John Jones or Stipe should fight Gahn, and or just go ahead and have Jones versus Ngannou and have Stipe versus Gahn and see how that does.
Okay. All right. Now let me get this, brother Watcher. I'm gonna send you the link and check this out, y'all. The Jammery, he said he watched the UFA event for once, and I'm gonna invite you up, the Jammery, and brother Watcher. Watch out for your link. All right, the Jammery. I mean, right now, if you slip, we getting you. You my family, everything. That's messing with you. Go ahead.
So I want to ask one of the brothers in the chat room, the brother D Hodges. He said he lost money on that. Which fight was that? The fight that he lost money on, brother?
I bet you Derek Lewis versus Gahn.
Yep, that's what I think so too. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I only put $10 on Derek Lewis, so I mean, I lost $10.
Well,
nah.
yo, I know somebody who bet a lot of money. Do you want to hear it?
Go ahead.
I heard it from the grapevine. $800.
Ooh.
What?
Oh,
Heard it from the grapevine. I sure did. $800.
that's no, that's out of my budget.
And check it out. I check out the resources, and it was true. It was $800.
I wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't. Keep in my pocket.
Well, because go ahead, Joyce.
I just keep in my pocket. $800 on Derek Lewis. No, maybe $50. Maybe. But $800, that's crazy. I mean, especially MMA, you don't know who's going to really. Sometimes a fighter can surprise you. We've seen fights where the guy's getting whooped like a dog, and then he comes out with a head kick from hell or a good shot across the jaw, and it's over. Sometimes if you bet on the long horse, if you bet on the long shot, you might do pretty good. But if you bet on Derek Lewis, who always come in the last minute, he takes a whooping, and then the last minute he brings on that one punch. He's the one punch man, and that was they're looking for. I mean, no, I wouldn't waste money on that. I don't bet. Gambling, just walking out of my house is a gamble.
That's true because, like I said, Derek Lewis, he was plus 270. So, like I said, if you bet $800, I can't do the math on that. I'm just saying, if you bet $800, I believe you probably would have walked away with $5K if Derek Lewis won that fight. But like I said, I only bet $10. So, and my payout was going to be $27. So, but losing $10, it doesn't hurt me anyway.
Yeah, let me get this in before you continue. Let me get this in. The Jamarine, I seen you a link. And also, Brother Watch, I seen you the link to come up. So just look for your email. Just come right up. All right. I send it through. All right. Y'all keep on going. Come on, keep on going.
Well, there was another fight over the weekend. A lady that we both know was Miss Chantel Coates. She just made her return back to MMA. She's been gone for 2 years. She had a baby. She's in the military, and she faced opponent by the name of Lucio La Loba Acosta. I'm just gonna say La Loba. Let's go Acosta. And she put up a good fight. I didn't watch the whole fight. What I did was I did a search and I found a link where they showed like highlights from the fight. And Chantel did pretty good. She took the girl to the ground a couple of times. Her striking was a lot better and went to a split decision. And in my head, I said, if they go to a split decision, Chantel's going to lose. Chantel's going to lose because this girl's the face. They're talking about her. And where we see Acosta, you don't pay too much attention to her face. And she won split decision. Like I said, I graduated on IG. She was just happy because it's been almost 2 years. The last fight was back in 2019 when she lost. And it's a good thing that she won this fight. She deserved a win. After being out for long she is. It's American Compatibility, which is generally mostly a Spanish organization. I think what's the face? Alberto Del Rio, he runs it. He used to run it. I don't know if he still do or not. And they signed. They have some black fighters, but she's the only black female fighter on that organization, and that's pretty good. What? Underrated? You mute.
I'm sorry. The Jamarine. Sorry, thank you. The Jamarine. Check your email. I send the link to you so you can come up. Fruit John Mama boys, thank you, sweetie, for coming. And the one and only, the beautiful Joy, thanks for coming. So we got women watching here and everything. That's good. That's very good. So and I want y'all to keep on coming back too, because we're gonna talk about women MMA in a few too.
Mm-hmm.
It might be any minute.
And I want to say hello, ladies. You are beautiful.
Yo, watch your mouth joker now. I got the shank on you. I'm playing. That's my channel now. I know you acting up. Yeah, shank the hell.
Why so serious? Why so serious, son?
Oh, let me show my food here. I made for that. If anybody that want to ask and everything, you can ask. You know, like this. But we got quite a few stuff to go on. Go ahead, brothers, and I'll put my input in there. What I need. I do want to put my input of Derek Lewis right now. If you guys should put my input right now, or I should wait.
Go ahead.
I think the camp of Derek Lewis. I want to get your take on it. That Derek Lewis has an okay ground game. I don't know why you don't implement of that and perfecting. Because there's a few times a guy, I think he could have took him down, tied him out, and you might get some submission of it. I'm just on the stand of the train of Derek Lewis. You think he can go? Now, don't get me wrong. Derek Lewis, it goes to anybody, and I believe Gagne too. If Derek Lewis get you, he could knock you out. But like y'all said, Gagne was moving around, was using his skills to offset that. And then Derek Lewis tapped out. He tapped out here, and that's what I'm saying. Why y'all didn't have a plan B or a plan C? You know what I'm saying? And my assessment is right or wrong or whatever.
You're fair to say that because you know what, Lewis relies too much on Plan A, his one-shot knockout, and the thing is, they really need to work on with him with this. You know, just more of it, just uses more of his hands, throwing kicks, be more. You know, you have in MMA, like boxing, in MMA, you using several appendages, not just your fists. You're losing your legs, your fists, you're using your legs, your knees, your calves. If he, could get him in a Muay Thai clinch and knee a few times, he might have broken gone, but he doesn't have his skill set's kind of limited. He depends too much. He's kind of like Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell used to move kind of flat-footed. All he had was just his punches. He didn't do a lot of kicking. He was just mostly rely on his fist, and he moved flat-footed. And that's where Derek Lewis is right there.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that just really hurt him. I feel he really improved his skills because he is agile. He is really quick, and we got to give him credit due. I don't know why I don't like Derek Lewis, but at least he quick on his feet. He know how to move his head. He very agile. So I feel if he add a little some else to it, that'd be vicious. I believe that he become unstoppable. I believe that.
Yeah, but if you remember, he did try to get a takedown on Cito Gon, but Cito Gon, he defended it, and then you could clearly see the look on his face that he's like, "Oh shit! Now what am I going to do?" Because now that plan A and plan B is out the window. How the fuck am I supposed to win this fight now? So,
got you. So let's get Brother Watcher in there, not the Brother Watcher, Brother Jamboree from Harlem, hometown, right there. So Brother Watcher, unmute your mic. And brother, you owe us, man, because you be holding out, you be coming through and everything, man. No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Nah, man, good to get on. Yeah, good card yesterday. I had my doubts about certain fights and everything, but the Lewis fight was definitely the one I wanted to talk about.
Go ahead.
Gun is a problem. Gun is a problem. Mm-hmm. And the guy moves so well, for a big guy. And the first time I saw him was when he was fighting in Singapore against Tanner Boza. And I thought, this guy, he's good. And before you know it, he's fighting for an interim belt. And for the Lewis fight, I just had this bad feeling Lewis was going to land a lucky punch. I don't know, man. It's just like how it goes with him. But, man, Gunn barely broke a sweat. He freaking started the oblique kicks, those little kicks to the knee, the front kicks, the teeps. the jabs, and he made easy work of Derek. That's like one of the easiest dismantlings I've seen to Derek Lewis. And it's a guy that has like 9 pro MMA fights, and like legit, man, Derek Lewis wasn't going to win that fight at all, you know, and like he was making excuses during the fight. He was complaining about stuff being an eye poke and you know, all foolishness like that. Nah, brother, you got hit in the eye with a jab, okay? And he turned his back as well, and that's cowardly. Okay, that shows me a lot of character about Derek Lewis. He's got no heart, you know, and he's been gifted these types of opportunities throughout his career. I mean, look, the Volkov win, they put him straight in there with Daniel Cormier, you know. He beats a light heavyweight and gets he scrapes a decision past Ivanov. Freaking, you know, gets an interim title shot. Derek Lewis needs to find a new team because his team is saying the same thing over and over, and either there's no chemistry there, or maybe there's just got to be some sort of better. I don't know.
So,
yeah, you go ahead.
let me ask you a question. So, in my assessment, I know you heard of something. So, my assessment is right about him.
I think it is. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it is. I mean, he couldn't even cut the distance to get in range. I mean,
That's what I'm saying, right?
The only things that landed were like there was a body kick that got in, a leg kick, and none of the head kicks landed at all. They all got blocked because Garn's got good defense. He completely offset Derek. Like he was feinting. There was a moment in the fight where he was like doing this action with his hand, and then he did like a feint with his hip. But you know, the guy is just real tricky. He's good.
Yeah, I know, but this is the thing about it. You know, I think we talk about Gagne. I think when we first started, not like I first started MMA, but I think towards the middle. I said about towards the end of last year, because I remember watching you was talking about him before the Singapore. But you know, and we're gonna get you to jam around. I want you to get into it too after this. My thing is this: that of an agile fighter, you know what I'm saying is this, brother watcher. And I want you to get it. I want to get to the jamboree deal because you watch it too, and I want you to know because boxing is all about legs too. Move your legs and things. What I don't understand here, and I'm talking about any brothers on the panel, y'all could talk about this too before we continue. When I was watching the fight. Now, you know, Guy can move around and stuff. To slow him down, you got to kick him to the thighs and the legs. Because at times, Gagne was out there stationary for a few seconds and move around. So I didn't understand Derek Lewis, why he didn't kick him to the legs and slow his momentum down, his lateral movement down.
Because Derek Lewis don't kick.
And double up and kick him to the body, to the liver. That's how you slow it down.
Derek Lewis was doing pretty good. He was doing pretty good kicking at first. It just ain't get him nowhere.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but he stopped. That's the problem. Now you understand why you stopped. You got to keep on kicking him, and then after that, doing a sweeping leg kick inside his knee. That's how you slow him down. Y'all go ahead, because every time I think about it, I get frustrated, man. I didn't understand
We actually, like in my little group, we got like pick'ems for every week. We actually didn't even pick boxing this week. Our L's was on the line because of MMA. Now, none of us specialize in MMA, so this was a risk. You got to understand, a few of my brothers is from Texas. They from Houston. One of them is from the north, just like Derek Lewis. What's the French brother's name, y'all? I'm sorry, I'm not too familiar with him.
Cyril Gahn.
Cyril Gahn. Sorry. Yeah, I want to make sure I didn't slander his name or nothing like that. Appreciate you. Cyril Gahn. You know, everybody has a certain time to pick. And I said, yo, I don't want to pick. I was going with Derek Lewis because I know him, but I was like, let me like get a chance to see Serengon and see some highlights and stuff. As soon as I seen the highlights, I was like, yo, I like Derek Lewis. I hope he win. I hope I'm actually even wrong about it. But I gotta go with Serengon. Just off of seeing that, and I'm not no MMA expert, but I've been picking them right in MMA. We might have to start to pick them in MMA. You know what I mean? So, and I was telling the dudes, like, I don't know, his movement is great. Then when the fight actually happened with Serengon and Lewis, I love the fact that Serengon had that confidence like that. That's when I knew that I picked the right man. Because of how he was coming forward, his movement, he was real tricky, he was kicking, he was doing a little bit, he was wrestling, he was punching, he did everything. Now, like I said, I'm not an MMA expert, but what I seen last night from Serengon, I ain't gonna lie, man, it's gonna be hard to beat him. Unless he, like, you know what I mean, start eating mad cheeseburgers and ice cream and start slacking. I ain't gonna lie, I'm being honest, I don't really see, like, threats to him like that. He could do so many things. And he a good dude. They were just booing him. You know, Texas is a tough crowd like New York. I ain't even gonna lie. You go to Houston, ask them battle rappers. I ain't gonna lie, you might get booed out of the events. Like, it's hard out there. They ain't gonna just like anything. But I liked how humble he was after the win and stuff like that. And how he was saying, even though he beat Derek Lewis, like, yo, trust me, I'm with y'all. You know what I mean? You know, stuff like that. I ain't gonna lie. He got a new fan, man. I think if Serengon fight again, and like I said, I'm not really an MMA dude like that. I'm straight boxing. I'm a boxer myself. So, you know what I mean? Of course, I'm going to lead towards the boxing, but I keep it real. I'm definitely going to watch Serengon again.
Yeah, but right, but I got brother Watcher and brother S Gotcha and Ray. I want y'all three to get into it. It's just for me. You're not gonna chop down a tree just one or two times. You gotta chop down that motherfucker. It was like 5 rounds.
It's like boxing. Sometimes the jab don't work for you at first. I agree with what you're saying with the kicks. You saying why did he give up on it even though it wasn't working?
You got variety, but see, in MMA, you got variety of kicks to hurt a person from the die down. And I understand the trainer. This trainer is I'm looking at and listen. And I'm not saying I know everything, but I know this much of MMA. If you look at the great ones of the MMA from yesteryear, even right now, they find a weakness. If that don't work, they got plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. It's like boxing. This is what I don't understand. And I'm not saying Guy is a good fight. I see him a few times. He get better and better and better. But when you fight a person that is short, you gotta disrupt his rhythm. And he was moving lively, like all easy. 2 kicks is not going to hit. So if you know that he trying to go, you got to go for that thigh. You got to go for the knee. You got to sweep him a little bit. Give Gagne something to think about. You can always go for the boxing and stuff like that, and then also get him in the ground, tie him out on the cage. You know what I'm saying? Go for the knees or something. There are things that he gonna slow Gagne down, and I did, and you know this no good trainer. How they train him. Y'all should know better. Y'all should know better. And I'll throw it at you because I'm getting pissed off. Brother Watcher, brother Gagne, brother Ray, I'm getting pissed off. And Jabber, you can get into it. I'm really pissed off for that.
So did you pick Derek Lewis?
Hell no, I ain't picked Derek Lewis. But
alright, so can I ask? So am I allowed to ask on the panel who all picked Derek Lewis? Just so I know.
I picked him.
Okay, respect.
I kind of thought he might do something, but it's always, you never know.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna do something to make it interesting. That's what I'm saying. You and I'm not gonna blame all of Derek Lewis because Derek Lewis got dope for the know. But Derek Lewis at the same time, you should know that you're a veteran. You go against Gagne, you know Gagne gonna come with a game plan.
Nah, he's the wrong guy for Underrated.
No,
he is. so
But you got, like I
undisciplined.
said, you guys gotta know about this though. Derek Lewis, if he can't knock you out, he's just gonna quit. That's just his forte.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not that type of fighter where he has a plan. He relies, like I said, he's a one punch man. He relies on that, and when it doesn't work for him, he's done. Last couple of fights he did pretty good, but like the fight with Curtis Blade, he came with that punch out of nowhere. He put Blades out. Okay, the fight with Volkov, he came out of nowhere. He's that people love knockouts, and that's what they look forward to when you see Derek Lewis fight. But the thing is, he is limited. His skill set is limited. And he relies too much on his power punching. And that's why he's not going to go that far. He has gone far in his career because he's popular. He has that skill set, that everybody looks for. Rough and ready. I remember the time he had a fight with Travis Brown. He's married to Ronda Rousey. And, he said, Travis Brown, his ex-wife at the time was his wife, and I believe. And he said, I'm going to beat up a wife beater. And people like that about him. He has some personality, but the thing that's not enough for you in your career.
It's not.
No, it's not.
Well, you gotta grind. I mean, look, Derek Lewis. This is just like even against Cormier. Like Cormier, like mean mugged him. I'm sorry. Like he just walked up to that dude, freaking grabbed him. He ragdolled someone almost twice the size as him. And again, like. Lewis this is his game, right? He'll throw the high kick to threaten you, right? And he'll just look for the big shot. And he doesn't even throw the left hook much, guys. He throws the right hand. He bends it as well. So he telegraphs it. So he really does have just one punch when he tries to let his hands go. He can't cut the distance. And I saw him trying to cut the distance, like kind of dip low and then come back up and like you saw like he said something when he couldn't reach him, when he couldn't reach him, and he couldn't get to his target. He was like freaking doing some, I don't know. He was grimacing, and then all of a sudden he gets kicked in the leg. Like Garn freaking chopped his leg down with that Muay Thai low round, and like Derek, look, he's got the worst poker face like ever. Like he got kicked, and then he stood up straight, and then he got jabbed, and then he was saying it was an eye poke, where he himself actually eye poked Garn instead. And then he freaking gets hit by an uppercut from Garn, and then he's turning his back. And I tell you what, man, Garn is a killer. Like the way he was throwing those hooks when like Derek was like turning his back, like he wanted to freaking get him. And I'm like, dude, like ref, stop the fight. Like this guy's
gonna start
like
the fight right there.
Yeah. Like if you turn your back, for me, that is like and he tried it again. Even in the exchange where Derek tried to like swing with him, Garn won the exchange because Garn got under, he was riding the shot, and he freaking like threw a hook right after Derek Lewis, and Derek Lewis quit, man. And for me, again, he just relies too much on the power. He relies too much on waiting for the one shot. But a guy like Garn is not stupid like that. He's not going to, freaking take a shot from like way out like Curtis Blades did. It's not going to happen, and he needs a new team. He just needs a new team. I don't know who's going to do it for him, but yeah.
But let me go more on Brother Watcher point this to, and I want each of your brothers to build on this too before we go together. Because the difference of Gagne, y'all see, and I want people in MMA this too. And I want your brothers to get on it because I can send y'all MMA extraordinaires that Gagne went to the leg. If you know, he went to the kick the leg, slow him down, because he's actually slowed down the movement of Derek Lewis lateral movement, and I'm talking about coming towards. And if you notice when he was kicking he wasn't kicking all that much, but he was kicking to the body, kicking to the leg, and slow his breathing down. He slowed his lateral movement down. So that actually let me know that Derek Lewis was not a fighter that was in condition because he always go for the knockout. And that's a good point that somebody said he didn't use his left. Who the one said that he didn't use his left? I forgot who
Let's
was
watch it.
it.
I believe it
watch it.
was.
It was
Yeah,
Brother
Brother
Watcher.
Watcher. See,
watch
that's a
it.
good brother Watcher. That's a good point because I didn't see it either. He did not mix up his thing. He was going for the kill. So that's what I'm saying. Guyan, they team did an excellent game plan. It goes to show that even now we used to do Derrick Lewis used to fight. I say Derrick Lewis, you gotta throw that lap, man. You gotta mix it up. And then plus he did like the forward kick, they kick him to the stomach or the chest to mix it up, man. You dealing with a guy that's taller, that is agile, that is getting better. And then but plus I think this Gary, I think he gonna fight Francis. I think that's gonna be a hell of a matchup. I think that's gonna be a hell of a matchup. So what do y'all think I just say then? Please.
I think, like I said, it's possibly, he's the number one title. They probably won't want to give him Francis just yet. They really might either give him John Jones or Stipe Miocic.
John Jones ain't surviving at this weight division at all. I mean, look how long. Like I heard 2 days ago, him and Miocic will fight. Jones is very smart because, like, when Ngannou beat Stipe, he said that Stipe was never any good and he was washed and this and that. But now maybe he's fighting him, right? And then guess what? Maybe Jones, if he fights Miocic, he gets in there and he gets nailed with that right hand because it's not a thing anymore where Jones can just kind of hold the middle of the cage and just use his long arms to keep reach and, do those oblique kicks. That's not going to work at this weight. And he doesn't have the firepower. The only firepower he has is in his high kick. I don't think he really has much else. Unless in close with the elbow, he can do something. He can beat some lower level heavyweights. Like he could beat Derrick Lewis, for example, right? But guys like Cyril Gane, okay, that's a terrible matchup for Jones. And we've seen Jones struggle with guys that stick and move who are smaller. Former welterweights like Thiago Santos. Who had one leg, guys. One leg. Dominic Reyes. He wasn't that experienced either. And then forgetting Ngannou and a couple other guys. I mean, you're talking about getting your head knocked off your shoulders there.
It just. I want to go on. We're gonna go on to other fights. Jamboree, you can get into it. It's just for me that I seen it. I shook my head. I was like, "You have to be kidding me, y'all." I'm saying like y'all just rock. And and again, I gotta put some for Derrick Lewis too because he should know better too. But the trainer, I'm looking at the whole team. You have to be kidding me, y'all. You sending him to a killer. And I'm surprised. I'm surprised technically that it didn't get worse than that.
Mm-hmm. It's like best way to describe it is like it's like putting I'm trying to think it's like putting Hong Kong Fui up against Jackie Chan.
Still make no sense, man. I get pissed. I think about that fight. I look at other fight, but I think about that fight. It goes to show to me, y'all just took the money. And Derrick Lewis, you should know better, man. Of your hometown, you should put in the extra work, man. That's your hometown, man.
I personally was hating because I was like, that thing is packed. Boxing need to get I was like, yo, UFC got this shit on Smash. I was like, that thing looked packed.
Yeah, because as with boxing right now, there's some fights coming. I think you got Pacquiao.
Earl and Pacquiao. Earl, yep.
But the UFC's been kind of busy because they for a good while they mostly been doing their pay-per-views in certain states where there's not where the policies are laxing, especially with the virus. Like they had their last one. Was it? They had it in Texas. They had it in where was the last other use? They have Florida. I think where
was the Porter year in McGregor one? That was Vegas.
That was Vegas.
Vegas, actually.
Okay, I like that. I like.
I
got that one. Yeah.
No, snap, crackle, snap, crackle, and pie.
Oh, that's what you call. That's what you call McGregor. That's what y'all call him over here.
No,
Snap
I call him Foster Lucky Charms.
I call snap crack on pop. I love it.
Watch it. It ain't that lucky. The Lucky Charms ain't that luck. They don't grade you. Just because you an Irishman, that don't mean you automatically lucky. Look at McGregor.
Well, he wasn't lucky that night because that day looked like a broke down chicken bone. I loved every minute of it.
Actually, I call him Foster Lucky Charms because he had those cases where he was about with the jail for when he hit that old man. He has a bunch of suits against him for sexual harassment. I call him Foster Lucky Charms because when he goes to prison, he's going to be magically delicious.
I want your Lucky Charms. I heard you worth over $1 billion. I need your Lucky Charms if you want your little Lucky Charm to get saved.
He's still sitting on that Mayweather money.
You know what the worst thing that happened to him was? He got money. He was one of those guys that you always, you know how the old heads always tell you, yo, you want to know how another man really act? Give him some money. I'm starting to believe that. I'm believing that.
Well, thanks Dana White, because Dana White, that was his boy. So I want to know that. I want to know both of y'all. Are you get greased up? If you know what I mean.
Oh God.
And see, the thing about MMA fighters, they don't even get paid as much as last week. There was a fighter by name Cheyenne Buys. She made her second fight at the UFC. She's a Dana White contender. All right, she knocked out a girl named Gloria DePaula, with a head kick, knocked her out. She won performance of the night. That's $50,000. The girl was saying she was broke. She was going hard. I mean, that's $50,000.
Dana White, I might have to put you on Boxing Night court.
No, ain't no Mike. You better, but check it out though, and go. You can ask Brother Watcher and James, and all of they will tell you. Out that $50, you still got to pay the trainer. You still got to pay the
fee. That's a fact. Jesus, I know.
So you know what I'm saying. So
same thing with boxing. Same thing with boxing.
But MMA is worse. She
I know.
Don't have nothing.
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm talking about. You see that right there? You seen that little $50,000 that she got? Look what Carissa. Yeah, go ahead.
Her money for the fight. She gets her money. And that's right there. And after that, but that $50,000 they get.
What does that add up to? What would you say that adds up to? Watching, because you got a better knowledge of UFC money. Because a boxer would have made more than that, and they wouldn't have had to even been that profit.
Right.
They would have. They just would have had to do like an 8 or a 10 rounder. Because in boxing, the rounds that's what matters. That's where that bread is at. That's why a lot of boxers like me, I don't think I'm going to be doing too many 4-rounders. You might see acting 2 4-rounders, and after that, I got to go to 6-rounders. I got to go to 6 rounders.
Because in boxing, like I said, in boxing, each round, you get, for each round, say for it's 12 rounds, you get paid for each of the rounds. Because like I said, I knew that because I was boxing for a little bit too as well. But like I said, I stopped because, our gym was not making no money. So, and I had to look for another career, man. But go ahead, watch it, man.
I mean, look, Derek Lewis got paid like over $700,000 last night.
And look at that. Like for his name in boxing, if he would have did like a crossover fight with Wilder, he would have been a star. The battle with the right hands. I can see the shit now.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Even though Derek Lewis, that's going. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't let that Fury shit fool you. This the real right hand in boxing. This is the real right hand from him. That Deontay Wilder right hand, that shit is nothing to play with.
And like I said, like this, if that some of these MMA fighters doing the Trill thing with Jake Paul, Tyrone Woodley supposed to fight Jake Paul, and he's gonna get more out of that fight than maybe he was the welterweight champion in the UFC. He's gonna make more from that.
You're right. Yup.
He was welterweight champion back in UFC.
Might change his life. Like McGregor. Look at McGregor. McGregor is a natural born drunk. Now, I never seen nobody drink up all they supply. I was like, how is he making all this money and he drinking all of this shit? And now I know he's smoking weed because he in the wheelchair.
I can tell you.
White.
I can tell you 2 words. Dana
Yeah, he's
White.
white. He's white.
Yeah.
He's a white guy.
I remember
Yeah,
this
but
movie,
hey,
I remember
I
the movie
mean-
back. There was a movie back in the day called The Commitments about this guy. It was an Irish band that they played soul music, and there's a part where the guy said that the Irish are the blacks of Europe.
Yeah. Well, what you say, brother Watcher? Go ahead.
Nah, man. Like, Dana White's full of shit. Like, because a couple months ago, he's like, oh, shit, you know, boxing is... Not even a couple months ago, like a year ago, he said, like, boxing is, like, broken. You know, there should be one belt only. Then before the fight this week, he's like, oh, you know, it's the 2 best heavyweights in the world. These are the... Ngannou's not the best. You know, it's like the WBC and the IBF. It's the interim heavyweight championship and the Ngannou's heavyweight championship. Now, after Derek Lewis got his ass whooped, because Dana White was going for Derek Lewis, he was counting on him getting the knockout, you know, becoming a freaking star supposedly overnight, and then going on over there and potentially beating Ngannou, because he wants to, you know, screw guys like Ngannou and Gane over. Now, all of a sudden, in the press conference, he's like, "Ooh, Gane versus Ngannou excites me." And this isn't new from Dana. I mean, shit, like, look how long Ngannou had to wait to get his shot. You know, he had to go through a bunch of guys, you know. Freaking look at Tyron Woodley even. Tyron Woodley could have fought more during that time and made a lot more, and he could have been promoted better. And I get that he was, like, injured for a bit, and that's kind of on Woodley. But overall, Dana White there were fights there to be made. There were. Like, they could have made the Colby fight. They could have offered Colby more, you know, because Colby was being difficult. They could have given him, you know, freaking...
I got a question for you. You see, you brought up a great point. You said Dana White was saying how there's too many belts in boxing. Did you not? You just said that, right?
Yeah.
Don't they got an interim belt? That wasn't even for the real title. I'm not even an MMA dude, but I knew that.
But they were calling it a heavyweight championship, and they were comparing, like, Texas boxers to Derek Lewis. I thought, yeah, don't you ever do that shit again.
Yo, you my mans. Can I touch on that, please? First of all, Derek Lewis, like, bro, you mad disrespectful. I thought that was wild disrespectful what you did to the Charlos and Earl Spence and all of them when they brought that whole situation up. How you gonna say you gonna be the one to bring a title back to Texas, and y'all got a couple of belts floating around in the UFC? I used to give y'all credit for that one belt shit. Now they telling me, nah, Act, you don't watch MMA enough. There's an interim belt. You got to get to one stage to get to another. I said, oh, okay. You know what I mean? And now he's not paying homage, and these dudes actually are full champions. Earl Spence is a full champion. Don't do that, bro. Pay homage, especially to the Houston dudes. I can understand if you wanted to do that to Earl Spence, but I don't think that he should have did that to the Charlos. And look, they put the Charlo voodoo on you. Look what happened. You got your ass whooped.
Yeah. And with the UFC, they at least there's 3 or 4 different interim champions. You know, Colby Covington was the interim welterweight champion. You had Justin Gaethje, he was the interim lightweight champion. There is quite a bunch of interim championships. And I mentioned this where I was telling to X here, we were talking about a while back. You know, Valentina Shevchenko, she's the lightweight women's, the featherweight, the flyweight women's champion, but no one's going to beat her. So I'm saying, why don't you go ahead and create an interim championship for that? They don't want to do that for the women, but they do it for the guys.
Might as well, right?
And then you got Amanda Nunes. She got both titles. No one's going to beat her. So why don't you go ahead and create a bantamweight interim title for that division? You know, if you got fighters that are dominant and you know it may not ever get beat, just go ahead and create the interim title for it. You know, just for somebody who can, if they can beat this person, like Lauren Murphy and Georgia Caldwell, their fight, that should have been a fight for an interim flyweight championship. And then, you know, Lauren Murphy would fight Valentina defending her title. And then, you know, if she lost, she keeps her title because, hey, Valentina is the champion.
I'm gonna watch MMA more because of y'all brothers, man. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna actually try. You know what I mean? A couple weeks. We gonna see how it play out. I know we gotta ease into this thing. Little by little. But I'm gonna try because I like chopping it up with you guys. You guys seem very knowledgeable
Yeah,
about the sport.
yeah, man. People know MMA. You got to know your stuff. But I'm gonna tell you, my brother, watch. Listen, look out. Watch the women's too, because the women got some interesting.
Let me tell you, underrated. I'm one of the dudes that be wishing that women's boxing get pumped more by certain promotional companies and stuff like that. I feel like PBC don't do a good job of that. Eddie Hearn does it. The Zone actually does a good job of that. I'll give them credit when it comes to pushing the women. So I'm glad that you brought that up. And I'm not one of them type of dudes that, I don't like watching the women fight and stuff like that. Because honestly, I'm a fighter. And what if I have a daughter one day? I don't want to tell her that she can't do what she needs to do. You know what I mean? So I definitely want to. I like how the UFC. I will give them credit for that. I feel like they be pumping the women a little way better than they do in boxing.
Yeah,
The boxing is still an old boys club. They don't like one thing is they could give women an extra minute in a round because you know what the women have to really. It takes almost them a minute and a half to get it warmed up in the first round, and then before you know it, the round's over. And there's been a lot of fights that could have made a difference if they had that one extra minute. And the thing is, in MMA, the women fight the 5 minutes. 5 minutes. So you can't use that excuse. Oh, women can't. I think women have better stamina. They could do the 3 minutes. And also the thing is, I remember a few years ago there was talk about Ann Wolf versus Layla Ali, and the thing was they wanted so much money, but the promoters didn't want to do it. But that fight could have happened. You could have gave them $3 or $4 million. They would have fought. They would have fought if you gave it to 14 million. But promoters don't think that women boxing is that exciting. There's some. I remember this is something I often say this quote because Ann Wolf, a fan of hers, he said it. When men fight, they're more like acting like they're making love. When women fight, they go all out. I've seen some women boxing matches where the women go all out. They're throwing bombs. I've seen some men fight where just be holding, hugging, and dancing most of the fight. It's just the double standard of what the idea think that women can't compete. Now it's tough on women because, like I said, I did an interview with a lady by the name of ex-Huger, Miss Danielle, or I call her Danielle Game Over Win. She's an up and coming MMA fighter. Her last fight she did bare knuckle, and that's tough. These your hands look swollen. Some of these I've seen that fight. Remember the fight between that girl that Pearl Gonzalez fought XA?
I can't remember the top of my head, George.
Yeah, it was a girl named Singala. She fought her. Pearl didn't look like she had a mark on her. That girl, she was swole in her. She was busted up. Her head got a knot the size of the Rock of Gibraltar, And then also in the fight, remember with Wally Zhang versus Joanna Jacek, and and that was a war. And Joanna looked like Megamind. She should be saying, there will be others. I mean, you got to give the women a shot.
Yeah, but I would say this, George, though too. We cannot forget about the boxers today. I understand, but them boxers like 50, 60, 70 years ago, they gave it all they got. Then they didn't have no money. It was all about fundamentals of offense and defense. They didn't make no money. They just made barely enough to feed their families or just traveling or something. So I gotta say that because boxing, but it was hard. These men had to fight like sometimes 10, 11 times a week just to make ends meet. So I do not want us to forget about that time either. And even the one in MMA like 30 years ago, these guys was fighting, man. And I missed that. I just want to throw that fights.
Yeah.
Yes. Facts.
They had to change the rules with MMA because they were doing it out around Vegas, I think Arizona. The late John McCain, who was a senator at the time, because so many military guys were fighting, special forces, Green Berets, Navy SEALs, and getting their tails kicked. They had to, that's why the Gracie family sold it to Dana White and his partners because they didn't want to do it. They want to do it their way, be like 2 men in and 1 man leave. That's what was used to be. And we saw guys about as big as Yokozuna fighting guys about as big as Ken Shamrock, but they changed the rules, and that's when Zuffa and Dana White took over, and they made it what UFC is now today than it was in the past.
That's true. Yeah. Go ahead, brother Watcher.
So, brothers, let me ask you guys a question, because I saw this in one of my. I saw this in my. Oh, go ahead, Watch. Go ahead, brother.
No, you go ahead, man. You go ahead.
Okay, so like I said, I saw this in my timeline, right, on YouTube, and I don't know what MMA promotion this was, but to me, I just didn't like it. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but there was this event that went on, and there were 3 MMA fighters versus 1 MMA guy, and I'm saying to myself, what the fuck is this bullshit? Don't tell me that MMA is gonna go down this route. I mean, because we all know in MMA is supposed to be 1 versus 1. Now they have all this shit. Now they having 3 against 1, 3 against 3, and I'm saying to myself, please don't let MMA go this fucking route, man. And I wanted to hear what you brothers think of that, because that shit pissed me off when I saw that video in my timeline. I said, you got to be fucking kidding me. I saw that. What you brothers got to say.
Yeah, they're doing that overseas, like around, like I think I saw it there when they had the thing when they had the 5 teams start off each other, and then at the end of it, you're beating up 1 or 2 guys left. I mean, that's shit they're doing overseas. Like they had that one with Russia versus.
So it's like an elimination chamber type of thing, or like a Royal Rumble. Oh, okay.
That's what it is. Go ahead, Watcher. What are you about to say?
Yeah, they're doing it overseas. I saw that came out a long time ago. That's like I know what Excatcha said is a bit different, like 3-on-1. But I saw that as well, which was really messed up. But there was like a 5-on-5, and like one guy got knocked out like in 2 seconds, and then like some other guy was just running away, and then there were like 2 guys just getting hammer fisted like on the ground. And I thought, nah, dude, like this is like that is like unsanctioned, like borderline shit. Like that's like backyard brawl shit. That won't go far, because even though it's in Europe still, that won't go to America or the UK, because that's like barbaric. That, you know what I mean? Like you can't be doing that shit. That's just like wrong. Like I'm sorry. That's like, imagine in boxing they had like 3 versus 1. That didn't make no sense at all. Like shit. Not even Muay Thai or Lethway.
Shoot, boxers have said, "I'll beat them both in one night. Put them both in it."
They have said that. Yeah.
It's just the problem is that they try and find a new thing, and you see if it works, but it may not work. It might work for a while, but then it's just you started out. If you go back to fighting, you go back to the days of gladiators, Greco-Roman, all that stuff like that. Then boxing came along, and then now you have MMA, and then you have also you have the new thing now is bare knuckle. And that's crazy. You just gave some tape on your hands and just
Yeah. Nah, but like I said, bros, I did not like that shit. I just didn't like that shit. I mean, the dude, like I said, all 3 of those guys, they chased right after the dude, and they just started pounding on them. I said, please don't tell me this is gonna be the new thing that MMA is doing, man.
No.
Like I said, brother, watch. I didn't know. I didn't know that was an unsanctioned match. I didn't know that, man. But I just seen it in my timeline on YouTube, and I was like, "Ah, shit! Please don't let this be a new thing now," because I didn't like it.
Man, this is a lot of unsanctioned.
I wanted to ask y'all something. All of y'all, you too, Underrated. What do y'all think about Bellator? What y'all think about that?
Bellator is the best way to say it, it's the Walmart of MMA. It's a decent.
So what's it? So what's UFC? UFC is what, Target?
No, UFC is more like Nordstrom's.
Oh, damn! You putting them? Well, Dana White do got Nordstrom money, so
yeah. That's what UFC is Nordstrom. Bellator could be better if Scott Coker had deeper pockets. They just cut about 15, 16 fighters last month. Then they only have 2 divisions for the women, and and they don't do much promotion when they have their upcoming events. The thing is with theirs, it's hard for them. They have their stuff on like Friday or Thursday, because if they have it on Saturday, they're gonna have to compete with the UFC. Most of the time, a lot of fighters who get cut from the UFC go there. Fighters that who may not are not UFC caliber go there. I mean, there's only been a couple fighters that from that. There's been a few fighters from Bellator that went to UFC, but the thing is that they have strong people like they got Chris Cyborg now, who's probably one of the best fighters in the world, and Dana White, he messed that up because of his feelings, and we could have had a second fight between Amanda Nunes and Chris Cyborg. I know most definitely I think Chris is gonna won that fight, but because he did not like Chris Cyborg and whatever stuff that happened between him, he let that get his feelings. That's the problem. Dana White don't need to sit there. He's just there because really he don't really own the company anymore. He's just there because the real bosses don't want to really put in the work, and they don't want to say, Dana, sometimes you might you fall back a little bit, and because he still has a couple other guys, Sean Selby and Glenn Maynard, and they could really step up and do something. Like they could have been fights that could have been made, promotions they could do more. Like if you remember back when they had that fight between John Jones and Gustafsson, well, they could have done this. There was a fight that they had to cancel a UFC event in Anaheim because they didn't have a main event. Well, we could have done this. They could have moved their fight because the thing was because they wanted to move because John Jones had that picogram or whatever in his system, and the state of California could let him fight because he had that picogram. They could have moved John Jones, Gustafsson to Anaheim, and California would let him fight there, and it could have made Chris Cyborg and Amanda Nunes the main event, but they didn't want to do that. A lot of people lost money. People had got their tickets. People who got they couldn't get refundable plane tickets. That messed a lot of people up just because you want to cater to John Jones, but they didn't want to give the opportunity for Cyborg and Nunes to become the headliner. They, like I said, could have moved that fight. They could have put some fights together for that event, and they could have left Nunes and Cyborg the main event in Vegas. It's all about a lot of politics going on, and
y'all like the crossover events too, like boxing and MMA. You like that underrated?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel they still got ways to go with that, man. I think I think that I would like to see I would like to see an MMA fight, a black male, black woman in this country that win a belt. I thought it was Derrick Lewis, but I don't know. It's the way it is right now. But we do got some black men that are champions in different divisions, and I'm looking for them to move up and everything. But
like Usman, Adesanya, Ngannou, those are the guys that probably best represent. But they're not from America. They're from overseas, Cameroon.
Just say Africa. They're from Africa.
Yeah. John Jones is from the US, but he's
no longer.
No, he's a cheat and everything. So I don't really care about it.
Yeah, yo, I never knew you could get popped. In boxing, he would have probably been done. He would have been done.
Yeah, he's a veteran PA papa.
We just
Dana White's a piece of shit in that regard. Like he is so desperate. Like even look at TJ Dillashaw. He came back like he had EPO in his system. Like and he got knocked out in one round when he had that in his system. Moved down in weight, got knocked out in a round, got embarrassed by Cejudo. He'll live that down for the rest of his life. And Dana White has the audacity to bring this dude back and rob the other guy on the scorecards as well. Let
me tell you something. Let me tell you something, brother watching. Just because you take the steroids, they need to put a warning symbol. This does not increase your chin. This does not help you take punches. I swear to God, they need to put that. They need to put that.
Wait, Rocky. You really think they robbed Corey Sandhagen? You really think they robbed them?
I don't think I don't think it was a daylight robbery, but I think he got the better of it.
Because like I said, for me, I thought it was a close fight. I thought it was a very
towards the end it was close, but really, Sandhagen, he dealt the damage. you know.
And
Yeah,
thing with steroids.
but
Go ahead.
you gotta look at this though, Watcher. I thought that when I was watching the fight, I thought Corey Hagan was coasting too much. And like I said, when you're in when the fights are close, you shouldn't be coasting. You should at least go out there and at least trying to like prove to the judges that I want to win this motherfucking fight, because TJ Dillashaw, when he went out in that fifth round, he was actually in the face of fucking Corey Sandhagen. And Corey Henson was, like I was saying, he was just coasting too much. And
I
you
agree
could see
with
that
that.
they were leaning. They were leaning towards TJ Dillashaw. To me, I thought that TJ Dillashaw won that fight. But it was a very close fight. But I wouldn't call it a robbery. Like a lot of people are saying it was a robbery. I don't think so. But that's on Corey Sandhagen's fight. Go ahead, bro.
Macy
I mean,
Barber
I
versus-
agree. You know, but you go ahead. You go ahead. Yeah.
Macy Barber versus Miranda Moravec, that was a robbery. I mean,
yes,
that was a strong arm robbery. You know, and then which is what I say about steroids. You know, I am the emperor of female bodybuilding, and steroids, what it is, it doesn't make you a better competitor. It just make you give you enough energy to train longer, to pick up the heavier weights. That's all it really does for you. It doesn't. And then different fighters have been busting because they were taking weed, like and weed doesn't really. Only thing it does is relaxes you a bit, and it might takes off the sting when you take a hit. But like I said, in the Las Vegas is one of the states where weed is legal. Wait,
weed take off the steam off.
Yeah, that's what they say, because you smoke weed, what it does, it relaxes you, and when you get hit, it doesn't hurt you as bad. But that don't really make you a better fighter, And we saw when we had the Olympian Shikari
I'm sorry.
He got pulled out.
I'm sorry.
You should have got drunk. That's what she did.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm with him on that. Like you should have got faded. Especially look what happened to you now. I know she probably getting faded now.
Well,
she wasn't before.
This is a true story. I watched the show TMZ, and it said that there's this cannabis company that does the sue weed. They offered her to become a sponsor, like a spokesperson or something like that. They offered her like $250,000, as a contract, just to promote their company. And weed is becoming illegal just about almost around America, except for a few states that are still kind of the Bible-based. Some, like I live in North Carolina, a lot of the Bible-based states are against it. But Colorado, Oregon's been legal. That's what you're smoking in Oregon. It's been legal for a long time. California, let's talk about New York. I mean, it's right now. You can't. It's like, if you remember Prohibition, where liquor was illegal for a long time, and then that's where people made their money from bootlegging. You gotta realize, when something's like that making money, you might as well just go ahead and just take advantage of it and make the money off of it.
But see, this is the thing about this, though, too. That get back to John Jones, and I want you to elaborate on this. Once upon a time, John Jones, Dana White didn't want you. He did. He did not want him. Now you come now on Dana White, you want him back because I guess the leprechaun didn't pull through for you, and the other woman didn't pull through for you.
Yo, y'all gonna stop calling him a leprechaun? He ain't lucky. He ain't been lucky. Y'all gonna have to. The only thing he lucked out on is getting the Mayweather fight. That was the pot at the end of the rainbow. That was it.
Ain't still sitting on that money.
We not calling him a leprechaun. We going by what Dana White said. See, this is what I'm saying, y'all. That Dana White, man, he's no good. He's no good.
He too cheap.
He got a woman out there. He got a lady out there that fight. I think she was 0-5, bringing her back, and he paying for breast assistance and stuff like that, and all that stuff.
Beat your cupcake, hate Tate. I can't stand her.
He paying, stuff like that. She can't fight worth. She can't fight worth it. It had nothing to do knocking when some women say you won't knock him. We just stating facts over here and stuff. And she like 0-11 and stuff, and he paid for breast assistance and everything, and and she's still losing. I don't get that.
And watch it. You seen that?
Dana White.
Yeah, and watch, you seen that now. Misha Tate just beat Maureen Renault, and she skips over, I think, Maisie Chase on Sarah Man, and took, I think, the 8th or 9th spot, where she's behind Caitlin Vieira, and they're talking about her fighting Juliana Pena, and it's just, I know X talking about it, but I said, no, never. She don't deserve that fight.
Well, I mean, what we expect? Like, dude, like they have favoritism over there all the time. I mean, McGregor, Jones, and Adesanya is favored for sure,
No,
but you know they
Ronda,
treat him differently because
Ronda.
he's from Nigeria. So like they think they can kind of fucking, you know, get the up on him. But look at freaking like with Misha Tate, right? Like, and like she's white. And like she's a star, and she was at freaking one championship. All of a sudden, she's come back to the UFC. She gets to skip a line just by fighting one person. You know, freaking. I mean, look, like people just have favoritism. Like Dana's not no idiot when it comes to like putting certain fighters up. I mean, shit. Look at Masvidal and Usman. Like they put that in Florida, knowing that Usman would get booed. And then what happened in that fight? Usman freaking baptized the so-called gangster. Freaking laid him out on his ass.
But you know what? I got an idea, y'all. Y'all want to hear it?
Go ahead.
You know, once Dana White, once you get in the ring, right, and the ones that goes from men and women, and the ones that you jerk them, let them beat the hell out of you. I would love to see that.
Dana's gonna be on this.
I don't know, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. It seemed like all the businessmen is making all the money in UFC. The more and more I hear about it, it's like, damn, I'm so glad. No offense, like I do like Miss Martial Arts. It's very useful.
And have a 10 million bounty hit on it. So all of you get paid.
Bro, I'm getting hit with elbows, kicks, and 4.5-ounce gloves. And I'm only getting 100,000. I don't give a fuck if it's only 5 rounds.
No. Actually, you don't even get that much if you are right. The bottom basis boxer makes more than the top level UFC fighter.
You know how much, bro, an average MMA. I'm talking. We ain't talking top contender. Average MMA champion get. If they even get not even $20,000, that's a bonus.
Yeah, it's just Dana White. So that's why
average. I'm talking about average.
Mm-hmm. And Dana White was trying to get into boxing, but the thing is, boxers want to fight for him. The fact is, if they don't get paid, like, you know, you got to think about it. $50,000, that's maybe for somebody who's just starting out in boxing. But, you know, in MMA, that's like, wow, that's big payday for them. You know, I think only maybe a few fighters makes maybe close to $1 million. John Jones, Conor McGregor.
No, don't say his name, man. Snap, crackle, and pop.
Okay, Faustin Lucky Charms. Maybe also Chris Cyborg, Amanda Nunes. It's just only so few that makes close to $1 million. Where they, you know, like remember, Floyd Mayweather wouldn't get out of a bid for less than $10 million.
Right, and that's average.
Yeah. Wait, sister, because I'm a boxer. I don't know about the more lethal than boxing, because our hands are harder. But point blank, period. Because that's what we focus on. A boxer hands, like I done been hit by an MMA dude, and I done been hit like by one of my boxer homeboys that's my size. The dude that's my size hit me the hardest. Bro, when I tell you I thought about my childhood, he hit me so hard I thought about my childhood. That's how hard I got hit. And one thing I will say too is we got way more wear and tear on the body. No offense, y'all doing less rounds. We doing 12 rounds. You got to take heed to that, sister. We doing 12 rounds. Kicking or not. You getting punched in your head 12 rounds, you might not be the same. You're gonna have to grab somebody solid in your life.
Oh, don't forget about hitting the body too, Captain.
In the body, yeah, the body and the head. And then we constantly train our hands every day. Like me, I'm doing something every day to work on my hands. Whether even if I'm not working out, I'm punching my tire. You know what I mean? Just to get my hands harder.
But I
Okay.
think
You know what I mean?
But then MMA, they're training. They have to train multiple different disciplines. Wrestle, BJJ. They have a little boxing. They might have to study some Muay Thai. They have judo, karate. The range is, boxing is, like I said, it's a tough sport, and people have died in the ring. But like I said, with MMA, the range is that they have more of a range of just different forms of combat sports that have come in. It's just.
I agree.
Yeah.
I was just talking about like the long period of times that we be going, and I agree. Like I told you, I brought it up. I said elbows, 4-ounce gloves. We wear 8-ounce gloves. It used to be 6 back in the day. So I'm not saying it's not dangerous in there, but you got far less of time to really get like damage inflicted on you. What is it? 3 rounds in MMA?
3 rounds of
Oh,
5 minutes.
Five.
3 round, yeah, 3 round, yeah, but still 3 rounds.
Sometimes they go 5 rounds.
Shit, I spar 5 minute rounds like eight rounds. Me and my homeboy just to get our stamina. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to discredit them, but it is like when you talk about boxing MMA, it is like a sprinter compared to a long distance runner. The boxer being a long distance runner.
Okay, George and Escalante, I want you to tell the people the special that we're going to have, please.
What special we're gonna have? I think we're gonna talk about was it dream matches or something like that?
No,
No. The special we was gonna talk about is gonna be about Beth Correa. In case you brothers don't know, Beth Correa. She's gonna be retiring.
Yeah.
She's gonna be retiring in September 2nd because not September, October 2nd because that's gonna be her last fight in the UFC. And we're gonna do a little dedication to her.
Yeah.
And that's my baby girl. I love Beth Correa.
Yeah,
I love Beth
Beth
Correa.
too.
She's my baby
It's
girl.
like in the movie Friday After Next. It's not her beauty, it's a booty.
Oh man,
Right.
that I like that booty stand. Oh god,
Yeah.
that's it.
There's like I said, I feel like this. I think like if you go booty wise, you go Valerie Loretta.
Underrated. You going Brooklyn now?
You go Beth Correa, and you go Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie used to be a lot thicker, but she lost a little weight. She got us.
Yeah, man. Yo, October 2nd, y'all. I tell you, yeah. Okay, so mark that right there, please. And if y'all don't know, you got YouTube on them, man. I just love when she go on the ground. I'm just like, like when she kick and everything. I just
all you gotta do.
Underrated. We bringing you back to Brooklyn. We bringing you back.
All you gotta do if y'all want to Google Beth Correa, please, check out some of her fights. And she likes to, every one of the fights, she likes to dance around and shake that booty.
Yeah, she like dance.
What's her name? What's her name?
Scratch her head.
I just wanted to know. I'm trying to get involved with the sport. I'm trying to chop it up with y'all.
Let me type it in for you if you go.
Yeah. My brother Watcher, there's something that you want to say because I hear you too. Or when you come here, you like the booty too. So don't act like you don't like the booty. So I know I remember the past MMA talk. So don't act like that. You think you all shy and everything. I heard. You want me to pull it? I'll pull them off.
God, pull
Don't
it
hide
up. I'm big on proof. Nah. I mean, nah, man. Who's the person retiring?
Yeah, because she supposed to have her last fight was about was it last year?
Last year.
Yeah, and then she had that surgery where she had I think a pin taken out and she had to had that surgery and then she got married. But that's how life is. And
I know her.
Yeah. And she fought Ronda Rousey. She was going when she came in. She was on a fighting streak. She was undefeated. She fought Ronda Rousey, and then she her one fight where she had Holly Holmes beat, but she was just trying to goat her, and then Holly Holmes hit her with that head kick, and it was over. And her
Was
last
done,
fight,
yeah.
yeah, her last fight against Penny Kinzar, she kind of stopped because she thought the bell ring, and Kinzar hit her with a couple more punches, and pretty much after that, she just kind of been kind of a downslide ever since that Ronda Rousey fight loss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
And the sad part is that Ronda Rousey knocked her out, and Ronda Rousey has no hands. She never had no hands.
No, she never had hands. No, right. I didn't understand that.
Ronda was shit.
Well, Ronda could have been something better. The problem was, her mother said like that she wanted to get him from Edmund What's the Face. He was using her. If somebody would have been smart and snatched her up, took her, and really built her up as a better fighter, she would have been a better fighter, and she wouldn't have lost to Holly Holmes like he did. Holly Holmes was just the better fighter that day, and Ronda was trying to grab her and toss her, and she couldn't do it, and she hit Ronda with that head kick. And that was it. And then here goes Holly gets the title. She loses against Misha Tate by a choke out, and Misha Tate gets busted up by Amanda Nunes. And that's that.
That's good. Now,
I will admit she do got the best. She do got a nice frame. I'm gonna be a pro. I'm gonna be a Harlem gentleman about it. I ain't gonna go Brooklyn on y'all. Yeah, she got a nice frame.
Yeah, you better stop talking about my hometown like that, man. I'm just gonna show you.
My alternative Perfect Sage. I did a Perfect Sage about her. I did Perfect Sage video. Actually knows my other alternate characters are Perfect Sage, and I do perfect videos about certain women, and I gotta talk about it.
Let me stop you for one thing. This is a serious thing because I want to close this up and I want each brother. I want you to give you a lesson. I gotta dedicate this for my second oldest brother. He been in the hospital for 3 months.
I'm sorry, man.
And it's a lot. So he's fighting. That's the best I can do. He is fighting. So the number one grinder, I gotta dedicate this for him. Yo, big bro, man, get well, man. So I can cook this food for you. You know what I mean? So we can hang out and stuff. So I just talked to niece and everything, and it's a lot day, the family and stuff like that. But I will feed you in. So please pray for our family. And Beffy prayed for my niece and everything because she's going through a lot, and the family's like, hey. So you got to understand sometimes when I do these lives like this, y'all family to me, because I really don't have no family. I don't have no family keep in contact with me. Y'all my family. I ain't talking about like the ones that come on stupid, but y'all like the Jazz Marine Watcher, and y'all my family because nobody don't really keep in contact. Now there are some on YouTube do keep in contact with me, like Big Dude, Brother Go Professor, Brother Sheed, and stuff like that. They're just a few. You know what I'm saying? And even y'all. And Sister Beats, I got to mention Sister Beats. So, and Sister Vivian, Jennings. Other than that, I don't have it. So please pray for my brother, please, because he gonna need every muscle and our family needs it and everything. And what we're going to do, we're gonna start from George's last remarks, Brother Scott Extraordinaire, then the Jab Marine and Brother Watcher. Now I want you to stay right there, and I'm gonna get my last remarks, please.
Well, it's fun when I come out here with you guys, get talking about brother Watcher. My prayers go out to you and your brother, because I know how it is with somebody in your family not feeling well, and because I went through it. My mama, she was in and out of the hospital for such a long time before she finally passed. And like I said, this is fun. I mean, I like to talk about MMA. I'm not, like I said, you check out my channel. My channel is All the Way George Page, aka the Pervy Sage. I talk about MMA a bit. My big thing is bodybuilding, because I've been a fan of female bodybuilding since I can remember. Bodybuilding in general. My brother used to get the old magazines, and I used to like to read them, like guys like Schwarzenegger, Lee Haney, all that. And then the women, they're just something different. They just blow my pubescent mind. And I just love coming out here and having fun, chopping it up with y'all. My brothers XA, Watcher, Jamboree. I mean, it's cool. Just have some communication every now and then.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up. Brother S.A. Gotcha. MMA social extraordinaire.
Well, first and foremost, I just want to say thank you to all the brothers who had came on this chat room today. Like I said, I want to thank you all for this good afternoon talk we had. And also, I have to give a big shout out to my brother, Underrated Darkness, for making this possible. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be here today. But like I said, thank you, brothers, all for coming out. Like I said, I enjoyed this afternoon talk with you guys. I believe next weekend there is no MMA talk.
No, it's gonna be the following week.
Yeah, it's gonna be the following week. I believe the next main event is Jared Cannonier versus Kevin Gastelum. I believe is the next pay-per-view. So I'm gonna talk with Underrated Darkness after this. See if we might take a little break. So we can take a little break.
But before you continue, I'm just saying if you want to do dream matches next week, we can. But if you don't, we can schedule that another time. We're gonna skip this coming week and we reschedule that.
Right. But like I said, once again, I just want to thank you, brothers. Watcher. I want to thank you, brothers, for coming on. I want to thank the brother Javerine, my brother George Page, and my brother Underrated Darkness for this awesome afternoon talk we had, man. We had a lot of shit to talk about. We had our points putting out, man. We had a good laugh, everything, man. And like I said, man, I hope that we can continue this more. Like I said, our goal is to try to get some women on the panel. You know, I mean, that'll be a good thing. That'll be a good thing as well. And
get the ladies and
get the ladies on the panel.
Yeah, and that's what we working on, y'all.
And we're gonna try to get my brother CH Combat Sports on, the expert. I call him the expert because you know what I mean. I'm no expert, but I know a little bit about MMA. But we're gonna try to get him on. But we all know Coach, he's very busy on his channel. He has his work schedule.
Coach is busy.
So but like I said, man, right now we got us right now, and we're doing pretty good. And once again, like I said, I just want to thank all you brothers for coming out on this panel, man. And I hope that we could continue this more in the future, man. We could have this big group, man, because like I said, with this big group, man, we could put out our ideas and details of fights that we're talking about, man. But once again, I just want to say thank you to the brother Under Darkness for putting this together, man.
I appreciate that. And I will say I'm just stay right there. The Jamboree. Harlem born, big. Yo, you better stop and invite me to your thing, man. You promise you gonna invite me to the panel? You ain't gonna. I've been waiting for the invite, man.
You know what? I've been doing the night court thing. I haven't been doing regular streams. What, you wanted to come on night court? What, to come on night court? What you was trying to do?
Either one.
Either one? Okay. So look, I know that you watch boxing and joint like that. Is it a fight that's coming up like Earl or Wilder that you like? And when we talk about that specific topic, that I know to come get you
man,
before I get my last.
I want to be on night court too, man. I mean,
you know what? I do want to do an MMA night. I do want to do an MMA night court. But see, I'm gonna have to be able to build some cases. I'm gonna have to really watch the sport to see who deserves to get put on the chopper.
I'm talking about that. You can build that up too, but I'm talking about boxing court, man. I mean, like,
okay, all right. If you feel like because me, like I said, I'm not from the UFC world, so I try, but I definitely.
I want to be in the boxing thing too, man. Boxing court.
I got you. Say no more.
I want to.
Well, with that being said, like the brother said, and salute to I believe the sister in the chat. She said she wished me luck, in my career and all of that. Yeah, we gonna definitely jumpstart that in December. Me and my coach have been talking about that a lot.
Before you do, please, if when you go on, let come to us. All right, come to us.
I got you.
Let us know. All right.
I got you. Everybody, when I do the pro debut, everybody, I know a few people going to want to talk to me about that because it's been, kind of a long time coming. And I want to say, you know what I mean, I hope your brother really do get well, because I just had to put down my cousin, you know, a few months back. You know, a lot of people that's on my channel, my little baby cousin Tariq, he came up to visit from down south and got killed in New York, coming back to visit. And also, before that, my boy Canigio, he got stabbed trying to help somebody at a party, my Jamaican brother. So it was like back-to-back deaths. And on top of that, I did lose somebody in my immediate family around the time I met you. My mom was sick, like one of the brothers said on the panel. My mom was sick too. You know, I was even younger then. I was like, you know, 26 at the time, and I had to deal with that. And me and my mom was real close. You know, out of the kids, I'm not even the oldest or the youngest. I'm like the third youngest. You know what I mean? So, but me and my mom was tight. So, you know, I hope that he really recovers. I hope that he get better, brother. Make sure everybody, if you get a chance, subscribe to the Jab Jamboree. We be doing boxing night court. We try to make people laugh, have a good time. We do boxing in the court setting. And, you know, other than that, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Berserker _ BOI boy. And, yeah, just like that, man. Salute to all the brothers on the panel, X, the Watcher, and my boy Rage, my boy George. You know what I mean? I really respect you, man. I see you got a lot of knowledge with a lot of things. And, of course, my brother Underrated Darkness, my New York brother. I got to be here and support my New York brother, man.
Appreciate that. Brother, watch out from down under.
Yeah, thanks, man, for having me on, because I was you know, I was pretty analytical about the fight yesterday. So I'm like, you know, I'll just share some of my thoughts about the fight. Yeah, send all your best to your brother, man, because you know, we just we gotta give all our positive energy to that, you know.
Thank you.
And yeah, like everyone else on the panel, All the Rage, George Page, Ex Gasha, and the Jab Jamboree as well, Underrated. It was always good to talk, man. You know, we chop it up, and it's always a good discussion, you know. And hopefully we just continue it. You know, it's always a good thing, you know. And everyone that came through the chat as well, salute. And yeah, the support is much appreciated for sure.
Thank you, brother Watcher. How you been? Cause we haven't seen you in a while, brother. How you feel?
Yeah, I'm alright. I've just been like busy as like I've barely done live streams on my channel. I did one like a couple days ago, but like boxing right now for me isn't like cutting it. So
Yeah,
like, that's one reason I haven't put content up. But yeah, I've just been busy, man. Like freaking, you know. But sure enough, there'll be more of a break in between things. So
yeah, because you know over here, you know, like boxing, even over here, even Jamboree, you family. You know what I mean? I gotta make sure you're all right outside the thing, man. I want you to know you're always welcome, man. You know, you need somebody to talk to. You got my email. You know what I mean? We just want to make sure everybody else on the panel and even people on the chat, we just want to make sure you're all right.
Yeah,
just want to make sure that.
I know that, you know, it's always winter down there in Australia, so I hope you keep them warm.
Oh yeah, shit, man. Like it's lockdown here as well, so it's like everything's up in the air at the moment.
Yeah.
Yo, one of my boys went out there to the Pacquiao fight, not to prolong it, and he told me when he went to Australia, his stomach was so messed up. I guess he wasn't used to the food and stuff out there.
No, it wasn't the food. It was something else. I'll tell you that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it could have been. He probably ate something that didn't agree with him.
Okay.
Or it could have been just your flight. You know, you get that. If you do a flight, especially I think that's almost a 20-some hour flight from the States to Australia.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that flight can really put a wear tear on anybody. You know.
Yeah. So let me give my last remarks. I want to thank brother George, the MMA extraordinaire, the emperor of lady bodybuilding. S.A. Gotcha, as always, the social and MMA extraordinaire. Then we got the Jam Marie and the upcoming MMA extraordinaire. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. And then and you got Brother Watcher, MMA, and boxing extraordinaire. Well, we glad you're doing okay. And I say this that this is where it's at, y'all. We want you to support the coach. Please support the coach because he's doing a lot and everything. But also, I want you to support this too. We bring every time we come, we bring great news, great product to y'all. And these brothers has worked very hard. They work very hard to give you information. And any ladies that are listening from the clouds and know MMA, we welcome you to come. Please come. Because we have a good time over here. And I want to thank y'all for the bottom of my heart for your sentiments. I want to thank you so much to make this happen. This been over a year we've been doing this, and I'm just saying that let's bring the trueness back to MMA. Let's bring the trueness back to MMA. And this is still fight, still matches out there that we want to see. And on this platform, we call it straight down. We call this straight to the middle. We tell the truth on here. We do not tell no false. We tell the truth. If a woman messed up, you mess up. If a man messed up, you messed up in these fights. So, but also we're going to do a very important show about racism on MMA. Let's see what men was talking about and women talking about. I will talk to brothers about it. Saying was a good time for them, but this is going to be a special. I want you to watch out for that. Also, we're going to do dream matches too in the near future. Please tell people to come. It's very important. The more you tell people to come, the better the show is going to be. Well, the show is better already, but please, we want more people to participate. That is very important. Oh yeah, people that is traveling their destination to their destination or home. If you try by yourself or groups, please be careful because the climate is out there. So take the extra safety precaution to protect yourselves. Until next time, like I said, I'm gonna talk to the brothers and see that we're gonna have a dream match. Now we do not talk at no dream match. We talk a dream match next week. It's gonna be the fun. We're gonna skip this week. Matter of fact, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna skip this week coming. We will come back the following week, and we're gonna because there's gonna be a lot of MMA we're gonna talk about. All right. So it's not gonna be this Sunday coming up. It's gonna be the following Sunday. Okay. So I want you to watch out for that. On behalf of my channel, the Underrated Darkness, Joe Tree, the Underrated One, the brothers here have did a marvelous job. Thanks again to make this show happen and stuff. Until next time, have a good night. Stay blessed, everybody, to y'all and your families on the panel, even in the chat. Again, stay blessed until this week coming. Be safe out there. This one is Ghost.
All right.